What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. You got myself, Tommy. You got Akeem and Abib here with me today. Saeed should be joining us soon. The late comer, as always. It will be with us. What's happening, boys? You good?
Yeah, man. Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah.
This is another back-to-back weekend where everyone's won. Like it's becoming a regular thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I don't like it though. And someone must get roast. At least someone should be getting roast.
Someone needs to get cooked. Can't be having all these smiling faces.
Exactly. On a weekly basis, man. That's the make of a good show.
Listen. This is the Premier League. Let's take it while we can take it. The Premier League. It will throw a curveball.
Honestly,
it's true. It's true. I heard that. All right, look, before we get going, people, if you could please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification to know whenever we upload, click the like button, comment, ask questions, and let us know your thoughts, man, whether we talk about today or your thoughts on the weekend's Premier League game. It's been like a good weekend of football, I'll be honest with you. And I think the game today, I was watching it with Abib because Abib wasn't mine. Topped it up. I thought it was a great advert for the Premier League and a great late show as always. I don't know how you was feeling, but we loved it. But I haven't really me and Abib was talking because I'm at home. My son's still young, Adam's still young, and then my missus Corey don't like football like that. It was nice having Abib over and just talking through the game and just
it's just nice to have that extra, especially when it's not your team in it. Like both your teams aren't in the fight, so you can actually enjoy it as a neutral. Right, imagine that's your team there. You say you'll probably tell, don't talk to me.
No.
So it's nice.
It's true,
both, I mean, we both had the common goal because I'm Chelsea, you're United, so we both wanted Liverpool to lose for our top four hopes as well. So we were friends for the day, and it worked out. Just like that one day, we were good friends.
It worked out, I can't lie. Because when they was losing, I was like, oh man, like at least give us a draw. And then when City equalized, I was like, you know what? I'll take that. I just didn't want Liverpool to win. I just wanted to build a bit of gap. And then when they got the penalty, I thought, you know what? That's something else. So it was a good game, man.
You see the cherry on top of the cake.
Nah, bro, I can't lie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that drama, man. I enjoyed the dramas. Like, what's your thoughts, Akeem, in terms of like the title? Do you think the race? Obviously, the race is. I think that kept the race on, innit? If that you reckon if they lost that would have been the race done, lost a draw, or you think with them getting a win still?
Like I even if they had lost today, it would have just made it more difficult for them because I think the next round of games, I think there's midweek games in it in the Premier League. Yeah. So and they're playing before us. So if it had if they'd lost today, they could have bounced back early, pushed back to 6 points. Now, psychological shift is now on us. But now saying that, they kept it at 6 points. They're playing ahead of us. The psychological shift, if they win, it's now 3 points, and that's even more. So it would have been nice. So it was. I personally never saw it as over yet until maybe the end of February, if there was a big enough gap. But I just didn't think that if we produce like a 9 point gap, it will be very, very difficult for them to catch us. Like I would have seen them being able to catch us. I'd be like, too big a gap, too fewer games, and you're not consistent enough. But in terms of the game, I thought it was all right. It was a decent game. First half was actually decent. Liverpool had their chances. Ekitike, man, flipping it. Liverpool had their chances. But second half they just threw it away, bruv. Is it just me, or I just think like City weren't really applying pressure, and they just crumbled. Or was I seeing the game wrong?
Yeah, I think it's something like that where I think City had a bit of them in the first half, and the second half it was pretty much all Liverpool, and then they obviously got the free kick, and then
Banger.
Yeah, as you said, yeah, what a free kick. And as you said, I think that's exactly what happened. Really, you just tend to the free away in it. But knowing what Liverpool has been like this season, defensively they've been shaky. I think it's just typical of Liverpool this season. Really, what happened towards the end of the game, they conceded one. You're never just not Liverpool. Any team in the Premier League that's winning 1-0 is not safe league, really. And then the penalty happened, which I
what was Alisson
doing, penalty straight away.
What was Alisson doing, bro? It was blatant penalty straight away. You could see straight away. As soon as he came out, he was nowhere near the ball. What's his name? Nunes. Was Nunes, isn't it? Like he was going nowhere anyway.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what's the point? He's nowhere near goal. Like, it's not necessary. And for someone with his experience, you can tell that, I don't know, this little gene that Liverpool have had this season that's made them crap. You can tell it's just spreading through the entire team. Because like, what's he doing there? You're right. He's nowhere near the ball. It's unnecessary, but he just lost his head for some reason. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really get why he came out. It was just a rush of blood, really. And for someone with his experience, you would, if it was a younger keeper, I think Rocky was alluding to this. You can forgive them for it, but for someone like Alisson that's been through the road so many times, especially in like an intense game like this, you both needed the points. You needed to win. To be honest, both of them really needed to win, and I felt both of them was trying to go for the winner after that equalizer from City, which I like really. If you need to win a game, don't try and draw it. And yeah, obviously, fortunately for City, they got the winner. What do you think of? Firstly,
I was going to say, Shopify must be on Mars because what a game he had. It was a humbler, bro. He said from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows.
It's a game he will never forget and want to forget at the same time.
Imagine I was actually going to bring him up.
Imagine in 5-10 years he's looking back at that game thinking, what a free kick. But he can't even do that now because now he's thinking, I've got a red card in this game. So he can't even enjoy it anymore.
He can't.
Wow.
And you lost.
And he lost. What I'm going to say, Si, you see the free kick? You think if the third man was on a wall, it makes it harder? Because my view, and I think was view on it, is that I don't know why, obviously, Donnarumma wanted two. Like, I can't question Donnarumma because he's a great keeper, but three players on the wall, he has to go over the wall and dink it, which is harder to do. But now you're pretty much giving a free reign to hit the shot. Do you think that makes a difference, or do you think it's still?
Yeah, to be fair, like as in evidence shows that, like as in he should have had 3 men in the wall, but as you said, as you alluded to, he would have changed the shot, and also like I would want to keep at that level to be like, if you're going to take the shot, take it, and I've backed myself to save it. So if I'm Donnarumma, like he sets up with most people like that anyway, if you get what I'm saying, innit? So yeah, like as in I can accept my keeper doing that. And how many times is Sabasa actually going to hit it like that, really and truly, right in the corner? So yeah, like I don't blame Donnarumma, but at the same time, yeah.
To be fair, I was saying the same thing to Tommy, but Tommy's argument, which kind of convinced me, is okay. Most like 99% of players in the world, they're not scoring that. But what Tommy was alluding to when I was speaking to him is that it's Szoboszlai. Like if anyone is going to do it, it's him. So you should be protective of it, and that's actually what convinced me over to that way of thinking.
Yeah, we've seen him do it not once, not twice, but like 3-4 times for Hungary, for Liverpool. So like, I get that.
It was at Salzburg. He's been hitting it from Salzburg.
He's been hitting them.
Donnarumma makes big saves as well, don't it? Like as in, it's, I just feel like as in, I feel like he'll be like, go for it. You have to be perfect to beat me right now, if you get what I'm saying, innit? And she lost to him. It was perfect.
Yeah, and I get what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, Saeed. Like Donnarumma is going to back himself as well, but for someone like Sebastian with his caliber, with what we know he can potentially do, make the shot harder for him, because going over the wall and back down is harder than him having a clean strike on goal.
Woo!
That's two separate things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going over the wall and trying to bring it back down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard. But you not give him a clean strike on goal. It's like it's not even worth a battle. As a goalkeeper, I wouldn't want that challenge. That's not a challenge I want. I know how good
pick and
I
choose
am
your
as a
challenges,
goalkeeper.
pick and choose your fights.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick and choose, and that's not one you want, because when you've done the one against Arsenal is over the wall and down. That's probably the hardest technique possible. You're not asking them to just shoot straight into a goal. So it's just not. And he can hit, and he's done the same thing in the Champions League. But I get what you're saying. I'm not totally. I hear what you're saying. The keeper's probably backing himself. That, of course I'm going to save it. But boy, he didn't even get to move.
Nah, that was a rocky. That was a rocky.
And you know how quick that was? I even missed it. I think we was talking. I turned around.
I missed it as well. You know what? I missed it, but then I just see the only thing I saw was it hit the post and go in. I was like, what's happened there? Then everyone was saying, did you miss that free kick? I was like, whoa, okay.
Nah, bro, listen, I was like this watching. I saw it. It woke me up.
Just quickly on the game, have you guys touched on that Wirtz's performance by any chance?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't touch on it. What are you going to say?
Actually, what do you guys think of his performance?
I thought he did okay. Especially second half. I thought it was okay. Like it wasn't like his performances against Newcastle or previous. Who was they played before? I can't remember. But I thought he was okay. It was a standout.
I thought the same as well. I didn't really. Yeah, I agree. Like, because no one in Liverpool team, no one really stood out until like the second half, like when they had that 20-30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was okay. I didn't think too much of it. But do you think you should have done better, or was it? Or
I think he should have done better. I feel like he's not trusting himself. I feel that there's moments in games where he's not trusting himself, because we can see he knows he's got the ability. But even at the beginning of the season, there were times where normally attacking player running through on goal, you expect them to shoot, but he's passing and stuff like that. And yes, the person who passed probably might be Salah, didn't score, but as in you would expect your player to actually shoot in those positions. And I feel like it was kind of like the same today, innit? Like he delayed his shot. His shots weren't really with much venom when they needed to be. And then there was even a time when they were 4-on-3, that moment when they were 4-on-3, and he passed it out. Wirtz is an obvious choice to go to because he's got more space and he could hit it one. He's got more options as well. But was it Ekitike didn't even pass it?
Yeah,
he just went over.
But that's Ekitike's fault.
Yeah, it is Ekitike's fault. But as in, for example, if that Salah there on because he passed it to Salah, but if that Salah on the other side, Ekitike is thinking, I'll trust him enough to finish it, so I'm going to pass to you, right? He's going for the harder option instead of giving it a simple ball to Wirtz, innit? So, but obviously he's had a good run as well, and I feel maybe he just needs to start trusting himself a bit more, or just applying himself. But I don't know.
I hear you, but I think you have to also look at the opposition as well. Look who he was going up against. It's not Newcastle. Though I rate Bruno, but Bruno didn't even play that game, so it's not the Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, it's not the Newcastle midfield. It's Rodri and Bernardo, and I thought Bernardo, he was growing into the game. He was trying. He was always trying. He was he's been even when KDB was there, he was my favorite. He's been my favorite Man City player. I think he overtook David Silva for me. He's a class player, truly world class, and dragged that team basically. Him, Rodri played well. Gay, I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he played very, very well.
And did you discuss that red card decision as well with him? Because I think that's the only bad thing he did.
Right, to finish my point, so that's what I'm saying. So going back to Verts, like he tried, but you got to understand the opposition as well, who he's going up against. But yeah, go on. Sorry, about the red card. Yeah, crazy.
So what do you guys think? Is it red?
The red card.
In your guys' opinion, is it a red?
Well, let the
Or
goal
should it
stand.
have stood?
Yeah, just let the goal stand.
And I was even talking about Gay's one, but you're talking about the actual goal.
Oh, yeah.
Not red card, though. That's not a red card.
You don't think it's red card?
No,
for me, like, I feel like Salah will get there.
Yeah, he's gonna get there, but there was someone in the middle as well, though. So it's not clear and obvious. Like, I don't think it's clear and obvious for to send the ref to the monitor for that, because there was the Man City play in the middle of the goal as well. I mean, right there. It could have run across.
I think Diaz could have got across, but I feel like Salah could have got a shot off before Diaz gets there, right? But that's
Yeah, I just don't think that was clear and obvious. I don't think I wouldn't have given that as a red. I'll be honest with you. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he was last man.
Was a smart foul. Yeah, I think that was a smart foul, and I think Gay knew what he was doing as well. You had to get him there before he get into the box. I thought that was a smart one foul. Obviously, it wouldn't be smart if Szoboszlai scored, but I thought that was if he needed to give a foul away, then that it was then. And he was fortunate, obviously, that there was someone, a Man City player behind him, otherwise it would have been a red. So I thought that was, I think Szoboszlai one was a red card one, though. It shouldn't have ideally they should have given a goal, but I just didn't understand. What made it worse is the fact that the Liverpool bench and Szoboszlai was arguing. I was like, why? But if you're arguing that, you're going off. Which one do you want? Just take the goal and then leave it as that. But
simple.
It was definitely a red, though. Yeah, it was as simple as that. I don't think they should have. I did. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, I saw some people arguing, saying like, oh, like, use common sense for the game, like just let the goal stand and all that stuff. But for me, it's like, you can't pick and choose when to follow the rules. Like, the rules are the rules, right? Maybe it's a bit complex, right? Because obviously the goal goes in and you're thinking, why not just give the goal? But you don't give the goal because Haaland fouls Szoboszlai, right? And because Haaland's fouled Szoboszlai, you've got to say, no, it's not a goal. And you've got to take it back.
Szoboszlai was fouling Haaland first.
Exactly, right? And that gave the advantage. And with that advantage, Haaland fouled Szoboszlai. So you rewind back both those. But when you rewind back to the original one, yes, Szoboszlai fouls Haaland first, and it's a denial of a clear and obvious scoring opportunity. So it's a red card. So obviously it is a bit silly, it is a bit comical, but like you can't just say, oh, use common sense. But even if it's comical, the rules are the rules. You can't just say that they just haven't banned.
I actually agree with you. Because they've never exercised common sense. So why are you going to start now?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Otherwise, where do you draw the line? People just keep doing it's common sense. Like, it's the rules. It looks a bit silly, of course, but I mean, why is he pulling his shirt? This is Szoboszlai's fault. Like, just let him score. Like, what's he thinking? You know what I mean? He's still thinking about the goal he scored, right? He's not thinking properly. He's still thinking about that ping on the post. Wow. That's why he let the guy he played that guy onside for what was it, Bernardo Silva's goal. Like, this guy
he played Bernardo Silva onside as well.
The only valid explanation for him pulling him back is that he don't have him in fantasy and he didn't want everyone else to get points. That's the only valid, honestly, but yeah.
Honestly, you probably thought the guy on top of him's got Haaland as captain. He couldn't have it. He couldn't have it. It's true.
No. All right, cool. Look, we'll touch into like Liverpool a bit later when we discuss United and Chelsea in regards to like the top four race and how that is shaping up. But let's just go straight into let's just go a bit more in depth in regards to the title race. Obviously, City, Arsenal played yesterday. They beat Sunderland 3-0. 9 points clear. City obviously cut that down to 6 points now. What was your thoughts on like the performance against not you don't have to go too in depth with it, obviously, because you won 3-0. What was your thoughts on the performance yesterday?
Very good performance, very good home performance. What I expected. We played well. Didn't really look troubled against Sunderland. Took our chances. Victor scoring 2 goals coming off the bench. Well done, Victor. Can't get a couple more. Havertz playing well. Our midfield pair. Yeah, if we're gonna win the title race, it's gonna be down to our defense and our central midfields. Like that block there, that is world class for me. I'll argue with anybody. We could take it to court. It's no problem. You get your lawyer. I'll get mine. There's no problem. Like that, they are world class. Rice, Zubimendi, that partnership for me, I think is probably the best in the Premier League, definitely.
Right now,
yeah, I think they're the best in the Premier League. Rice is clear, Caicedo. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it during the week. I have to bring it back. I have to rewind it. Caicedo could never.
You know, I'll let him have his day. I'll let you guys have your day.
I just couldn't get that in there. But now,
these guys that win trophies, the only trophies they win is whose player is better than the other player.
Hopefully this season all of that changes. But yeah, going back to the game yesterday, our midfield again, like I said, like I've said it before, the only 3 midfielders that I would keep long term, that I see long term future at my club, is Zubimendi, Rice, and Nwaneri. Everybody else, you're fighting for your future with those guys, and they're the ones that I will build my team around, my future squads around, going forward. Yeah, it was a good game, good dominant performance, good goals. Zubimendi's goal was
class. That was class. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. That was insane.
Broski, I don't think he's, like I said, like I know we playing him as a holding midfielder, and I know he's played there most of his career, but the way he gets forward, he's very, very, he's got a good engine. His engine is just as good as, just almost as good as Rice. Doesn't have the legs as Rice, but he's still mobile enough to get up and down the pitch, still agile and durable enough to get into tackles and interceptions and things like that. Like I said it before at the beginning of the season, this guy is a world-class midfielder, and we're all seeing it now. Yeah, he's made a couple mistakes, but we've seen the best of the best make mistakes in the past. The one against Man United and the one against Tottenham, those are the two. It's unfortunate that it was against those two teams. If it was against...
what a shame. Oh.
It is a shame. But going forward, like I think that we have a solid base to go forward for the rest of the season, and those are the ones that I'm hoping that our attack will start livening up and start winning us games, because we're going to need to win games fluidly and more comfortable.
It's a quick one, Akeem. So I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law yesterday in regards to Arsenal, and just asking him if he enjoyed how you played, because it's funny because you don't play like this in the Champions League. In the Champions League, you're a lot more expansive when you play. But then at the same time, I feel like Arsenal's got all the Arsenalry, whatever word you want to use, to do whatever they want when they play. Do you get what I mean? They've got everything within their locker. they've got different type of profile players that they can do whatever they want. If they want to play, they can play. If they want to make it a boring game and just sit back, they can make it boring and sit back. And it seems like in the Premier League, you're making it a dogfight and you're making an ugly game a lot of the times. Because I know in regards to yesterday's game, you weren't really under threat, but you sat back a lot of the time, especially like because you scored late on before the second half, right before the second half, and you sat back and you let someone have all the ball. Just thinking, do you enjoy it, or is it something that you want to? You don't mind seeing until you get over the line and then changing and end this.
Tom, I haven't really enjoyed no football this season. Well. Sorry?
I want to say, just to add on to that question, do you also think that maybe you guys play like that in the league as a circumstance to the teams you're facing? Like maybe in the Champions League, the teams are a bit more expansive, so you can play your football, whereas the teams in the Premier League, they're so defensive and, just tough and physical that it's forced Arteta's hand. Do you think that plays a part in it as well?
Yeah, most definitely. And we see it. We see how most teams are setting up against us. Whether it's home or away, most teams don't want to leave any gaps at the back or leave any gaps in any spaces, basically. So we've had to resort to set pieces, to long balls, to other alternatives to win games. And it's funny how these tactics we were getting beaten by with these tactics not so long ago, and now these tactics we're using to. That's why. So although I don't enjoy it, if it wins me a title, I won't complain. But but needs must. Like I've seen my team play beautiful football and win nothing. I've seen my team lose to these tactics. I've seen teams win with these tactics, go far in tournaments with these tactics, i.e. Atletico Madrid. So I've seen them even win a league title. Yeah, they've won league titles with this tactic. So so I will take it if it brings me a league title. But going forward, I would rather us start cutting teams open with our open play. But then that comes with profile of players. Our wingers, attacking our 10s, and even our forwards. How creative is our striker? And how clinical and creative can he be? How clinical and creative can our wingers be? How creative can our number 10? That will come with profile. I think we're starting to develop young profile players with those kind of profiles in our academy. I'm bringing them up from overseas. Got some exciting talent coming through soon. So hopefully that will change in the coming future.
Cool. And the second question, I was as I said, speaking to my brother, yesterday, because he's a big Arsenal fan, isn't it? Because he's convinced, obviously, you're going to win the league. I do think you're going to win the league anyway as well. He was, from the very beginning of the season, he was convinced. I've never seen someone so assured that he was going to win the league. But the last point we was talking about Zubimendi, innit? And obviously, I think we've discussed this. The one thing that I thought he was going to be tremendous at is something that I haven't seen a lot of him, and which is his deep line playmaking, which I thought like that's what he was known for when he initially came. But everything else, everything else that I thought he may struggle with, he's been so good and so impressive in terms of like his physicality, him getting forward, as you said, his engine. That's not what I saw in him when obviously maybe he didn't have to obviously display all of that ability when he was at Sociedad. Maybe obviously in the Premier League is totally different. So those are the areas I thought he might struggle with. And the question we was talking about is what does he offer you that is different from Thomas Partey? What's the difference between both of them?
Literally that. His durability, his engine. Thomas Partey, he would gas out after like 30 minutes. He would still play his nice, pretty passes, but he wasn't. Thomas Partey wouldn't get forward as much. He could, and if he did get forward as much, he was slow to get back. Thomas Partey will slow down the play a lot. He will take one too many touches on the ball. I know Zubimendi's done that and been caught out, and Thomas Partey never got caught out when he did that. But I still feel Zubi releases the ball a bit quicker sometimes. Like he does a one touch, or he'll do a clip it over one touch, like not putting his foot on the ball, not looking at. He's already knows where he wants the ball, and he's already releasing Saka, already releasing Trossard. So I think he does that better than Partey, because Partey would normally put his foot on it and then release it. And yeah, just his durability and his engine, like, and the way he gets forward, he gives us that. Partey, how many goals has Partey scored in his whole Arsenal career? 2, 3? Yeah, like Zubimendi's already in half a season's already beating him because he gets forward more. He offers us another option when we're on the pitch, and he shoots better accuracy of shooting. So I rated Thomas Partey. I loved him when he was at my club. I thought he was the best DM in the league when he was at my club, and I still think he's got that ability. But there's certain things that I see now that he was lacking, that Zubimendi is now brought. On the ball, yeah. Just on the ball, just the ball playing ability.
I thought
Partey was better.
What? Were you just gonna let that slide? He said Thomas Partey was the best.
I didn't hear that. What?
Yeah, I thought he was better on the ball.
No, come on, man. I'm not having that.
I can't believe you guys just let that slide.
I didn't hear that bit. No, I'm not having that. I don't care, bro.
Yeah,
I just say Partey.
What? I thought it was the best DM in the league.
Better than the ball than Rodri.
Yeah. I said it. What?
I'm not having that, bro.
I said it.
Nobody would say it.
No, Partey.
What, Zubimendi?
No,
talking about
Partey. You said Partey.
Oh, Partey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not. Okay, I don't.
On the ball, with the ball.
I rate Partey high.
Yeah. I thought he was.
I wouldn't say there's much. I'll be honest, but I do think Rodri is better. I thought he was talking about Zubimendi. Yeah,
no, Zubimendi. No.
But I don't think. I still don't think. I'm biased in it because I rate Partey highly, but I don't still think he's is better than Rodri.
But when he was at like there were times where
I think Rodri's another special. Like, I think Rodri's just too special because he does everything. Everything you're talking about, durability, like
and that's where Rodri. No, most definitely.
And Rodri's good on the ball. Rodri can.
I'm not saying he isn't.
6, number 8, number 10, whatever it is. So I don't think he's better on the ball than Rodri. I do like Thomas Partey, so I can't. So I won't really. Just one thing you're not going to get from me. I'll never stand Thomas Partey because I love Thomas Partey, and I don't tolerate any respect as well. So
no, but it's a debate. That debate can be had. That's what I'm saying. Like that one there can be.
I don't think. I think Rodri is a better player.
I don't think.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Zubimendi. I wasn't having the Zubimendi one. No,
I was saying Zubimendi, but bro, he's ready to shoot me down, bro.
No. What are you guys' thoughts though? Quickly, in regards to what Thomas Partey and Zubimendi, do you differ from what Akeem is saying, or do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think it's spot on. Like, and availability is the best ability, right? And probably because he was getting injured so much, that's probably what affected his fitness to not be able to, like you said, be as durable, go up and down the pitch. He's probably just, when you get injured, you kind of want to play within yourself a little bit because you don't want to re-agitate that injury again. So I think that probably played a part into it. So I think arguably you could say Zubimendi is probably one of the signings of the season, to be honest. I think for what he's given Arsenal, just to help them have that strong base, continue that. I think that strong base is what's helped elevate you from where you was last season to just be a more consistent team, a more hard to break down team on a regular basis. So I think in terms of signing of the seasons for who's helped transform their team the most, it's hard to argue against Zubimendi. Like, obviously, there's other people there, but he's definitely a strong contender.
I think you're right that he's one of the signings of the season. But when you say transform, I don't think it's really.
Yeah, I don't think it's transformed us. Yeah,
it's still the same thing. You just pick up one player left, and just pick another that does pretty much similar thing. But I just said there's just one area that one is better than the other. That so I don't think it transformed anything. It's still the same thing.
They can do that on a more consistent basis because last season they were a bit up and down, right? And I'm not saying that they're way better than they are last season, but I think they're way more consistent this season, if that makes sense. And that's what you need to win the title, right? You need the consistency.
Yeah, because last season when we had Partey and Jorginho, and I to be honest, to be fair to them both, like I rated both players very highly, but both their legs were gone, man. When last season and the season before, you could tell, like so. Yeah, they didn't have the ability to go up and down. So
yeah, and like we'll talk about this next week because one of the things that popped to mind is just more the physicality of the league, and I think Zubimendi is probably talking about Zubimendi now and the importance of being durable. That shows the importance of like how you have to get used to the physicality in order for you to be successful in this league. And well done to Arteta and like whoever like spotted Zubimendi to think he will be the perfect fit because you've seen how other midfielders like you've seen Verts going into Liverpool, you've seen how he struggled. So there's many other players that you can talk about that struggled. Even that player that went to City, he struggled when what's his name? Is it Nico? When
Nico Gonzalez.
Rodri was injured. Gonzalez, he struggled. So that you can see how difficult it is just to blend into the league. So definitely.
Yeah, even last season, Matthias Nunes struggled in central midfield and they're playing in right back.
Exactly. So it's not so credit to like Arteta, credit to like Bertha for spotting that talent and thinking that this guy will slot in because it's and the reason why that decision is so important as well is because you're already competing for the league, so you can't afford to get it wrong with that. With that swap. So I think you have to give him credit.
And he's fitted in and slotted in like a glove that to the point where we haven't missed Partey at all. Like that's high praise.
Cool. Look, just last point. I'm just gonna go around the table with this. So I'll start with you. I'll come to you last, Hakeem, because you are the Arsenal fan. Saeed, I'll start with you first. Obviously, Arsenal now in the Carabao Cup final, finished top in the Champions League, currently top with the Premier League with 6 points clear in the FA Cup. How many trophies do you see Arsenal picking up? Because yesterday, my brother-in-law, once again, he's winning the quadruple. But before we left...
Oh, come on.
But before we left... No, to be fair to him, before he left, he said, don't worry, trouble was fine.
I think
what are you saying?
I think Arsenal getting two, and I think more specifically Carabao and Prem. They're the two that they're going to get. I think Champions League is going to still be hard. Like as in Champions League, anyone can get at anyone, and you're going to need to not focus on so much. I think you're probably going to go out by someone that's a bit more hungry. So,
okay, I'm sorry, Abid.
I personally think that this season, for the 4 trophies you're in, I think you'll go 0 for 4. I think that last minute winner really put a rocket in Man City's back. I think you can see the veins popping in Haaland's neck. That looks like a man who's hungry to ruin someone's parade. I think they're going to come to the final and they're going to beat you personally. And then I think they'll go on a run and win a lot of games and then beat you in the Premier League. And unfortunately, do what City do and just ruin Arsenal's fun. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. See if your opinions differ.
Do you know what? That's all possible. That is actually all possible.
Sometimes you got to manifest things, man.
Yeah, I hear you. So
Go on,
at
then.
this moment in time, right now, give me the 2 trophies, the Carabao Cup and the league, and I'm a very, very happy man. Very happy. So those are the only 2 trophies that at this moment in time I'm focusing and concerning myself with. The Carabao Cup is next month, the finals next month. If we can win that next month, and then in the coming weeks and days after that, wrap up the league, so that's sewn up, then we can concentrate on Champions League and FA Cup. Right now, our priorities are Carabao Cup and league.
You say wrap up the league in March? Like, you're not wrapping up the league in March.
No, because the Carabao Cup finals in like the end of March. So I said in the weeks after wrapping up the Carabao Cup, we wrap up the league.
Oh,
then we focus. we look at FA Cup if we're still in it, and Champions League.
Can I ask a question? If you win, let's say, just for argument's sake, you won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, and that was it.
Whoa, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. Would you be happy? Let's say for some reason somehow you lost the league, but you got those 2.
No. What did you just call them?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not the main. The main is the league.
Bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. The main is the league. Bring me the league, and the Carabao Cup is the side with the league. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, I think the league is done. I'll be honest with you. I think the league is like that. Obviously, I don't want it to be
when he celebrated.
Yeah, I saw the veins too. I saw the veins popping up. Pep neck 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it is, and they're still fobbling. I'll be honest. I think that I do like the fact that I don't want it to be easy or not easy. So I don't want you to just run. I want it to be some sort of spectacle towards the end of the season. But I do think Arsenal is winning the league. I think you pick up one or the other. I'm not sure whether I'll say 2 yet, because I do think this is Pep's last season, so I think they'll give it the all in that Carabao Cup. So I don't think it's a given. So you might pick up one of the others. You'll see it. I'll be honest, I don't mind you winning the other Premier League, Carabao Cup, and FA, even if you want to do the treble, but you just can't.
Don't go treble. Let them step by step.
You just can't touch that Champions League. That Champions League, I don't want you to touch it. I don't want you to sniff it or smell it.
I know.
I don't want you to touch the Champions League.
That stick you keep beating us with. I know you yeah. I
don't want the Champions League.
If we win that, fine, I'm going to keep that stick. I'm going to break it and throw it in a bonfire.
It's true though. I remember when I went to the Chelsea versus Arsenal match. Obviously, Arsenal were the away team, so they were always giving it the big one. But the one thing we always had in our pocket is champions of Europe. You'll never see. So once that one goes, sticky in there, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, you need that, bro. You still need that, but it's all right. Look, that's it about Arsenal. We don't have much time, so we got to run through the other bits this weekend. Let's just go straight to the Chelsea game. 3-1 win against Wolves. As I said, once again, we don't need to go in depth into the game, but just quickly the thoughts on the game and obviously Palmer, touch on Palmer as well. I know he just had an interview and I like the fact he's not trying to get too carried away. Obviously, he said he's still suffering with injury, so he's not at his optimal best. Obviously, he's not trying to make excuses, which is fair enough. What is he saying? So hopefully, once he gets off his injury, then he can start seeing at his best again. But obviously, he got on the score sheet, scores 3 yesterday, which will do his confidence a lot of good. But it does mean that with him still suffering injury, I don't think he can play 90 minutes really. So what are you saying?
Yeah, I agree, and it's obviously you don't. It's hard to have make excuses for players to say injury, right? Because then you can start saying the same thing for every player, but you can visibly see the player who he was before the injury and the player who he is now. You can tell he is playing within himself. And like you alluded to in that interview, it was a really good interview because it just gives you insight. He said himself, I know what I'm capable of, and the things that I want to do, like I just can't do it because of those niggles that are holding him back. So it's sad to see, right? Because you want to see the best of him, but like he said, at least he got on the score sheet with the hat trick. So hopefully that just helps him build his confidence up a little bit more. Hopefully just quiets down the noise a little bit, and hopefully he can just really build on that. Because I mean, even though you're going to see, when you look at the score, you're like, oh, Palm scored a hat trick. He must have been amazing. He wasn't really that amazing. It was 2 penalties and a cutback. So it's not the most glamorous hat trick in the world, right? But he still got to score. What's he going to do in this, right? He still got to score him. So hopefully, like you said, that just builds in a little bit of confidence. And hopefully with time, the injuries can go away and we can see the best of him, because Man United, they just keep on winning. They're not going away. So we need the best of him if we're going to get that top 4. But yeah, it's hard to say too much because it was Wolves, right? So you can't. I'm not going to go crazy about a win against bottom of the table Wolves. All I want to really do is just give João Pedro his flowers, because he's, ever since Liam Rosenior's come in, I don't know what's happened. Maybe an arm around the shoulder, but he's been unreal. Like the way, even against Arsenal, he was probably our only real bright spark. Like giving it to the defenders, his hold-up play. He was almost trying to do everything himself. This game, he wins 2 penalties. He looked our most dangerous player. He just looks like he's bringing Brazil to the Premier League, real Brazil to the Premier League. But he's been incredible. So I want to give the flowers to him. And I think, I think you can see the players are really buying into the manager now. Like just little things, like you can see the relationship there. Even, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's like a clip of like just Palmer watching Rosenior do his interview, and then they start laughing together. Like it looks like they're good friends. And I think with a young team like that, I alluded to this last week, but tactics are important, of course. But with a young team, I think you need that bit of freedom and that bit of confidence to get the best out of them, right? Because they're the best when they're a bit more free and they're a bit more, just a bit more confident, because they're young players, right? And they're all talented players. So the talent is there in all of them. It's just about unlocking that talent. And it seems that Rosenior seems to be doing that. And I also think as the weeks go by, the players are starting to understand his tactical concepts a bit better. So I think that's all you can ask when a new manager comes in, just for week by week, for things to look like they're improving as well. And we're getting the win. So it's we're in a good place. Hopefully we can continue, and hopefully we can just secure that Champions League spot, because it's looking a bit tasty right now. A lot of the teams are on form. So hopefully we can continue in a good way.
Cool. Look, in terms of the Champions League spot, let's just quickly go to United and we'll talk about like the Champions League spot. So do you just want to touch on obviously our win yesterday? As it is Spurs as well. I know they're not bottom of the league, but you don't need to go too in depth with that as well. Well, what was your thoughts on United's performance? Then we'll talk about that the top 4 race as a whole.
Yesterday was good. A good performance from us. It was a slightly different performance. It wasn't as high octane as the other performances, I think. But it was a good performance. We were all over them before Romero got the red card. I do think we would have controlled large parts of the game if it was 11 versus 11. I think we were was going to win. I don't know what he's doing, obviously, especially after saying what he said during the week. I don't know what he's doing, but then it just hands us the keys to the game. We can now be more patient. It was good goal from Mbeumo. I've heard a lot of Spurs fans question Vicario, I'm not sure if you expect your keeper to kind of get to something like that, but given how there wasn't as much punch on the shot, Yeah, like as in, I feel like we threatened after that, but we threatened, but we didn't really get the second. I was worried that like Spurs could get back in the game, and especially in the last 10, if we didn't get that second. So it was good. Goal from Bruno. Yeah, like as in, we were always comfortable in the game. It was good to get the win against Spurs, especially early in the season. We dropped points to them when they were bad. So like it's good to see like what we can do with like as in or what the players can do. Given the right environment. So yeah, it was good. Just get as many points as we can, and yeah, just this top 4 race. Like a lot of people are saying that United are shooting for it, but like yeah, I think we just need to keep on just getting as many wins as possible, especially in picking up the points from the games we should be picking up, and see where we are, where like, if other people drop points. So yeah, like. Just to kind of put in perspective, I don't think it's a given. I don't think it's a banker, but yeah, as long as we keep on putting in good performances, as long as other people are playing like 2 games a week, we're only playing 1, just take advantage of that as much as possible, and see where we are.
Yeah. In terms of obviously the top 4 race, I think at the moment there's a high possibility that Champions League will be top 5. I know where now. I think the good thing for us with the that's why I want Liverpool to lose today is we're now 5 points ahead of Liverpool, and then now I think Chelsea is 4 points ahead of Liverpool, right? Because Chelsea is 1 point behind us.
Yeah,
we've gone through a tricky period. I think the only game in terms of Man United, the 2. In terms of like the top 16, we've got Liverpool at home, which is if we win that gives us great opportunity, obviously, to extend like the lead. I'm not sure when we have Liverpool and then we have Chelsea away, which is another 3-point arc, obviously because we're all going for the top 4, top 5 rate. Yeah, 6 pointer, sorry. And then Villa, I've been saying this, we've got to drag all of them into the race. As much team as
Aid your team. What's happened? The title race is dark.
So from being title challengers to now being like Champions League race. So look, I can't. I think the only advantage for United really we're on form. With me, I'm always going to be optimistically cautious when it comes to United. Anyway, I've always said this. It's great to have like it's a good feeling. I haven't had this feeling in a long time winning 4 in a row. But I think our biggest advantage is that we're only playing once a week. And for example, we'll play midweek next week, and then we don't play next weekend. So we have a whole week, almost like 14 days. I mean, how many days to get ready for? I think we're away to Everton or something like that. I'm not sure if Everton's still in the FA Cup, but it's great for us, really. So we need, and whereas little Chelsea's going through like a period where they're playing teams in the bottom half of the table, Liverpool's now going to get that same grace as well, where they're going to start playing teams in the bottom half of the table because they've got like Wolves, Burnley, and all those sort of teams. So we need to be intact as much as possible. So when we now get those runs or we get through our tough periods, which we are doing right now, he's still going to be in the top 4. So I think that's what we need to do. Right now, yeah, I'll say yeah because of the position that we're in. I do think we get top 4, top 5, but as I said, I'm optimistically cautious with United. I just don't know right now, and that's only because we're 5 points ahead of Liverpool. I just hope Liverpool don't gain that form that they're looking for, because when you see Liverpool in the second half at times, and you see how they play and how good they can be, it shows like they can easily go and put 3 or 4 performances together and all of a sudden put a run together, but they just haven't been consistent enough in it. So, and that's the issue.
They ain't showing that all season.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. But, yeah, go on, Akeem. Yeah.
No, like I just was saying they ain't showing that all season. So, it's like, are they going to start showing it now? So yeah, they've been showing, so they've been inconsistent all season. So I think I think they'll go through patches where they'll win 2, lose 1, win 2, draw 1. Yeah, we'll see anyway.
With Liverpool, it's just scary because I know they've been inconsistent, but I always still look at their side and I think that's still like majority of them are still the title winning side. So I always just think like they got something there when it clicks. So I can never be too. Basically, I just want the gap to be as big as possible because I'm always still scared that one day the switch just gonna flip and they're gonna get that title winning form back. Because I just, when you just think there's just too much quality in a team to be bad forever. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they still scare me a little bit.
Yeah,
That's like exactly what
I agree.
Well, it's only like 5 points where you're talking about 5 points. There's 13 games left. Like that's a lot of points to play for. So that's why I'm just saying like we need to get. I don't believe we're gonna. Like, I'm saying I believe that they can click more than. I believe that they can click more than we can have a sustained run. So you're saying that they're going to win 2 games, draw 1. United can easily do that. I feel like Chelsea can easily do that as well.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Decent form to get for the top 4. So
yeah, I agree. And I guess that's the nature of the league this season. Really, you can't. It's almost unpredictable when you think someone's going to go on a run, or when you think someone's sure to get a certain position. All of a sudden, like it just turns around. So the lot turns around. So it just look, I can only speak on now, and now it does look like it. So if you ask me now, I said yeah, we can, but I don't. This is not me being optimistic. It's not me. Yeah, I don't think I have any level of confidence in that. I'm just seeing how things go week by week.
I think a big thing though is that 1 game a week, like when everybody else is playing 3 competitions and you're only in 1, especially when one of those competitions in the Champions League, so people are going to be going strong. I just think, like you said, it's not a given. Of course, nothing is a given at all, but it certainly is like a big help. And it does, if you're a betting man, you're going to look at Man United, 1 game a week compared to everyone else 3 games a week. You're probably going to put your money on United more than anybody else if you're a betting man. But like you said, like the Premier League is a crazy thing, right? Any team can just randomly drop off or pick up form. So nothing's guaranteed in it. So you just got to look at it week by week.
And I think the other point to mention on the one game a week, we're playing teams that are playing like 1 game a week or like 1 or 2 games a week, if you get what I'm saying. So like we're not like when we come to play you, when we play Man City, when we play Arsenal, we definitely look a lot fresher in those games for longer periods than I've seen us play for a long time, innit? But that's because you guys like as in probably have been playing a lot more than us. So, but when we're playing teams that can run against us, like I'm still looking forward to how we play against like teams like Leeds and stuff like that, who will run to the end of the game. And as long as we can show our quality in those kind of games, then we should win those games. But yeah, so the 1 game a week like affects when we play you guys and stuff like that, and affects your performance. And I feel like Chelsea and Liverpool still have enough to get like as in a team out. Or no, Chelsea more so than Liverpool, but yeah, to get a team out to do like the 2 wins and a draw, whatever. So
yeah. No, we'll see how it plays out. Obviously, we touch on it on a weekly basis. For now, obviously, it's good to have that 5-point cushion, and I guess you feel the same as well. I believe with Chelsea,
Exactly.
and hopefully, it is top 5. Because top 5 takes you Champions League, and for us, obviously something that we can touch on and what it means for United in regards to like the following season. And I'm guessing the same with Chelsea. You guys got money galore at the moment. Chelsea with like the World Cup champions. As the world champions, you got a lot of money from that anyway. So, but for us, it will definitely mean a lot to United, especially with the players we want to bring in the summer. Quickly, let's just touch on the mighty Spurs before we jump off. First question is the first thing is Romero. Do you think it's time that I like Romero as a good player, but it's surely a liability because
Yeah.
How many times has he let Spurs down with like a red card, whatever it is? And the thing is, it doesn't get the goal time to time, but if you are gonna be cussing them games, God knows how many times, what is the point? Do you think it's time to let's say goodbye to each other? Because Atletico Madrid was interested in him. How long ago? Him and
Oh, yeah,
Simeone would be a
2-3 seasons
perfect
ago,
match.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and maybe they should have cashed in on him, but then they gave him gave him a bump of a contract. How many? Look, thank Romero for what he did yesterday. I'll send him something. I don't mind. I'm not here complaining about his conduct yesterday. I'm more than happy with his conduct yesterday. But do you think it's time that they both say goodbye to each other?
No, I think they haven't. First of all, when you're fighting for relegation, yeah, you can't be saying goodbye to anyone. You need to get as many good players in as possible, even if they are scrapping for red cards. I think what it does mean is they probably do need another centre back and to maybe delegate him, because although he's a bit of a liability, he's still probably better than the other options they've got. Unfortunately for them, right? So I think it does mean that they need to get another better player in, but who you're gonna get when you're 6 points off of the bottom three right now, right? And I think they've got a hard fixture list coming up as well. So I think whilst you're struggling in the league, it's gonna be hard to even be thinking about should I sell this guy or who else can I get? They just need to get some points on the board real quick.
I think I actually think he'll be good in other leagues though. So like I think like Italy and Spain, I think he'll actually be all right. So
Yeah.
I think like a lot of like as in his red cards are like how intense he is with challenges and stuff like that. But he's having to do that a lot, if you get what I'm saying. And a player like him, you're going to give away bad fouls, isn't it? But yeah, I think like as in he should. No, they gave him a new contract though, so they do believe in him. But if I was him, I would go somewhere else in it, because from everything that he said in the media and stuff like that, people aren't gonna forget that. As well as your kind of conduct on the pitch as well, and like you should just go and have a better life somewhere else.
Yeah, true. Because now he's got that label on him. It's going to be so hard to shut. Like, look how long Jack has had that label of being a dirty player, right? Once you've got that label on you, it just, especially in England, it sticks for a long time. So it's true, actually. It's a good point.
And I think he can actually get out.
Yeah, I've always thought it was overrated anyway. I'm just being like, this is I thought he was overrated when he came to the league. I thought he was rash. I thought he's a barbarian. He doesn't like the way he tackles. He's just an animal. He's not a footballer. He just wants to assault people.
Make us sound like he should be arrested, buddy.
How many times? If I did that on the street to any random block, I would get arrested. So yeah, he should. That was assault. What he did to Casemiro. He could have broken his leg. Yeah, that was common assault. So yeah.
It's just crazy to think though, because this time last year, or not this time last year, but at the end of last season, when Tottenham won the Europa League, you would have thought that they would have been looking up, whereas United would have been, looking at, it's going to be like another horrible season. So it's just mad how quickly things can turn. They're in another relegation battle, and United are in a top 4 battle. So it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
It's slightly like, I know Amarin touched on it, but it was slightly what we don't know yet. Anyway, let's see how everything shapes out at the end of the season. If we end up making top 4, a lot of us dropping out of these cups will be slightly a blessing in disguise for us in terms of like how it sets us up in the future, in terms of us making Champions League, getting a bit more money to invest, and just to get a season in where we're steady and then build on from that. We'll see. But in terms of Spurs, I think the question is, are they really in the relegation fight? For me, if you're asking me, I'll say yes, because one, like they're struggling to win games at home. If you can't win games at home, then you're in trouble. It's as simple as that. You've won 2 games at home all season. Is it 2 or 3? I don't know how many, but if you're struggling to win games at home, it don't matter whether your name is Spurs, bro. You're in trouble, bro. And secondly, you're still in the Champions League. There was a difference last year where you're playing Europa League. All your focus can be Europa League. You're not winning that Champions League. It's different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can go all out in the Europa League.
And another thing is last. Finish the third. Sorry. I was going to quickly
West Ham is.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, so first thing is West Ham is still there fighting for their lives, and they will reachable distance. Whereas last season,
that's what I was going to say.
The teams that was fighting had no life left in them.
Exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say last year were dreadful, whereas this one, West Ham are dreadful. They're picking up wins. Like you've got someone picking up wins down.
Saying and that is the difference. They have no life left in them last season, so they are in trouble. And how they got here is reckless spending without really having a plan. They're just buying players with name. I just feel like they're just buying for the sake of buying, because they have spent money, but but those relative signings haven't exactly like improved the team. And which is a shame. Like you sign, and it's not like the players you're signing are bad players, but if you're signing without a plan, this is the outcome. This is the result, really. Do you know what I'm saying? You're in the physical league. You need to establish how you want to play. You need to establish what the manager's going to do. Because 1 minute the manager's playing 5 at the back, another minute he wants to play 4-3-3. Do you know what I'm saying? There's just so many things that he's doing that, and this is and I know like we talk about the manager adapting to Thomas, so I just think it's completely rubbish a lot of the time. And this is why I respect Amber in the sense that this is how I want to play, and I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to do that. But when you start trying to utilize what you got, it's gonna help. It might help in the short term, but in the long term, you're not doing yourself no good. Because what are you really building for? What are you really doing? And it's helping you in the Champions League, but you can see the position that you're in the Premier League. This is the same position you was in last season, and this is not what you told us was gonna happen, especially the fans. So yeah, for me, if you ask me, they're in the relegation fight.
Yeah, I agree. They are in the relegation fight, and long may it continue. Hopefully, they get dragged down into the relegation. Like I need West Ham, Leeds, and Forest, and Palace. Palace won today, so that was brilliant.
I was surprised. Yeah, good for them.
Oh, brilliant! So yeah, man, like bro, yeah, it can happen. It really can happen. It's just 6 points between West Ham and Spurs. I think if we all unite and kind of all our energy, we can make it happen.
I'll tell you what, I would love it. I would love it.
You're banking on them, not
I can't lie to you. I would them or Forest. Oh, I love it. I love it. West Ham going down is not the only joy it will give me is because it's more the fan base of what they did to Moyes.
Yeah,
but Forest or Spurs. Oh man.
Yeah, you just want the players. You want to plunder.
Yeah, either way you're eating good. Either way you're eating
I love
good.
it.
Tommy wants to go. Tommy wants to commit a heist.
Well, to be honest,
anyway, 4 teams can get relegated.
Yeah, bro, I would love it. I would love it. Go down, but yeah, now we'll see, man. What are you saying? I mean, yeah or nay? Or you think they can still survive? Well, I think they can survive, but do you think they're in the fight this time around?
Oh, they're in a fight. Obviously, I respect Frank as a manager, but I think if they should be genuinely concerned, and I think they should probably just look to sack the manager to try salvage their season. Like, I understand sticking with the manager, right, and trying to see things out, but I think they're flirting too dangerously now with that relegation line. And obviously, it's not a blanket statement. It doesn't work for everyone, but Man United and Chelsea have both proved that sacking their manager because sometimes it'll be all right for you.
Yeah.
Both of us have won all of our Premier League games since, so sometimes sacking works. Unfortunately, that new manager bounce might just help them avoid that relegation. That's all they need. Just a few points.
Do you know what? It would be such a Spursy thing, yeah, if they did sack Thomas Frank. And
Imagine they bought
the word that word Spursy actually needs to go into the dictionary, bro. That word Spursy actually.
Oh god.
Oh,
trust me.
Yeah. Now look, let's wait and see what happened, man. Syed, you touched on it before we quickly go do a round table of like the Premier League weekend. I mean the weekend game and close up.
Yeah, no, I just think like they're in it. Like as in their last 5 games, they've lost 3, drawn 2. So yeah, they're definitely in the fight. But I think they've got enough to stay up, though, innit? Like banking on other teams drop it and winning as many points that they drop, like not just West Ham minutes. So yeah, I think they'll stay up, but they're in the fight. If Man City's in the title race, and they're in the relegation scout.
All right. Let's just do a roundup of this weekend's game quickly. Because we won't have the time to do like the preview of the midweek games, but we'll touch on that next week because it's FA Cup, so we have a lot of time to discuss other matters because there's a few other matters that sometimes we don't get the time to go through because of the games, but because it's FA Cup next week and hopefully, but let's see if there's a real shock on the line, then we'll discuss it. Leeds, obviously, I think it was an important game for them against Forest. I thought they played. I was watching the game. I thought they played really well. They should have won the game anyway. Could have scored a lot more. Forest tried to get into the game towards the latter stages of the game. I thought the damage was done already. But I was really impressed with Leeds, and I think me and Syed were speaking. I was saying that, to be honest, I wouldn't mind Leeds going down because there's a fixture that in the season that I don't really want. I never really look forward to those kind of games. I know we've done well with them recently, but sometimes you take a look at that fixture and you can think, I'm going Leeds away. I just I don't fancy it at times. Obviously they'll stay up, but I wouldn't mind them to go down as well. I think I've got a reason for every single one of those teams to go down. Even Palace, I've got a reason for them to go down if they have to. So, but yeah, no, obviously they played well. They're more likely. I think they look like they're going to stay up. And credit to the manager, Daniel Falkett. What's his name again?
Daniel
Falkett.
Falkett. Yeah. So credit to him because obviously he's been up with Ipswich, gone back down, and they was thinking to sack him or get replace him at the beginning of the season actually because they wasn't confident in them, but. Well done to him, man, to turn things around. Obviously, it's good at doing it one season, but obviously the following season, the job is not done yet, but you should think that they will stay on after beating Forest, and I think they gave themselves some cushion. They're 9 points away now, so that should be good for them. Bournemouth, Villa, Saeed, I'll let you touch on this because that's your team. What's your thoughts on the game?
To be fair, I didn't really get to watch the game. I just had to watch highlights on that one. But yeah, I was disappointed that Villa allowed Bournemouth back in the game after scoring. It was a good goal from Morgan Rogers. And I thought they had opportunities to kind of get the second, didn't it? But then, Bournemouth came out in the second half and really stuck it on them with the chance that they and really and truly, they had a chance where they could have won it as well, innit? So
yeah, Bournemouth should have won that.
Yeah. As we said, it's a shame, shame they're not in the title race anymore, let's say. But they're we're not too far off. United aren't too far off in points, so it's bringing in, as Tommy was saying, like as in whoever drop points. I just want to, yeah. So yeah, like they're in the top 4 race, and it's good for us. But yeah, disappointing loss for the draw for them. So yeah, and yeah, definitely.
Cool. Burnley, West Ham. What's the realistic chance you think West Ham can stay up? I know obviously we talk about Spurs potentially. West Ham, they've got a bit of fight in them. Hopefully, they have no fight in them when we play them on Tuesday. I don't want any fight from them.
Tom, Saeed, listen. Tommy, Saeed, we need to look at the bigger picture.
We're not taking no chances in that one.
Guys, bigger picture, honestly.
Look at the bigger picture. It's not about you guys.
I agree.
That bigger picture starts after our game. That doesn't matter.
We need the points to count, honestly. There's not many games left.
But yeah, I mean,
they got plenty of fight in them.
What chance do you give them?
I give them plenty. Even watching them against Chelsea, they were genuinely they were very impressive. To be honest, they were very hard done by to not get something from the game, right? And against teams who aren't as good as your world champions, I think definitely they'll pick up points. So I think they'll definitely have a chance still. I think the other teams above them should be
any opportunity to bring up world champions.
Can I just say, their uptick in form has coincided with Paqueta not playing as much, or him moving on. Fernandes playing a bigger role as well, kind of thing, isn't it? So
I said that to
alleged gambler. That alleged gambler. I don't want to say that gambler. The alleged gambler.
I said that we play football with a guy who's a West Ham fan, and I told him they got the snake out in the dressing room, and now you guys are finally performing. And he agreed. He actually agreed with me as well. So I guess there's something to do with it. Maybe he was the virus there.
He said Paqueta was the reason all along.
Cool. Fulham, Everton. I was surprised. Fulham should have wrapped up the game earlier, so they had missed opportunities. They had a lot of chances. I think Chukwueze had quite a few chances. They should have wrapped it up. But what are the chances one of them gets into we're talking about the top 5 Champions League spot. Then you also have obviously 6 to 8 or something like that, where there's other opening spaces. What chance do you give Everton or Fulham team? Obviously, both of them just played. What chance do you give them?
Or do
you think they can still get top 4, if anything?
So, out of all of those teams that hold on. So I think there's a cluster of teams. Let me bring it back up.
So there's Everton. So I'll check it for you. There's Brentford off on level with Liverpool. Then you have Everton, Sunderland, and Fulham, and then Bournemouth.
So out of all of those teams, for me, I like the way Bournemouth play, but I don't think they have enough depth to sustain a push for Europe. Brentford though, they're always tough to play against. They're solid. I think, and they're scoring goals, and they're always pulling up shock results. So they would be my favourites to gate crash any type of European places. Like if I think they could gate crash a top 5, but definitely gate crash a Europa League space. For me, I think Brentford, Everton, hit and miss. They're hit and miss. But I'll put if I was a betting man, I'll put my money on Brentford.
Cool. Right, just talking about Brentford, Abib, I'll go back to you. I thought the game yesterday was quite good against Newcastle. And the thing with Brentford is just when you don't expect them to get a victory, they'll always somehow just find a way to do it. And going away, because I remember when I went away to Everton, and I think they gave them 4-1 or whatever. It was could have been more on that day as well. Battered them, and then go score 3 away from home against Newcastle as well. And it just seemed and I think at this point, why it's so dangerous playing them, and I'm guessing Arsenal will probably see this on Thursday, is the fact that I feel like they're just fearless, in it. They already surpassed their expectation, or people didn't expect them to be doing this season. So it's like they're playing without any fear, really. There's not really much expectation to be that. And sometimes when you're playing teams like that, it's dangerous playing against them and Sun. I feel like them and Sunderland are slightly the same, especially with like their managers as well. They've surpassed the expectation already. Whereas like with the Moyes, he's been in and around the season, so we're not too surprised. Same thing with like who's Fulham's manager again?
Marco Silva.
Marco Silva,
Silva.
in and around. So they obviously, you expect they've got enough experience to be doing this thing. So I think when those team gets into the season and into games, like they just have no fear. Even when they're 1-0 down, one thing I love about teams like that is whether they're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, nothing much changes with them. They still pretty much play the same. They stick to their plan. They don't panic. Just said because no one expected them to be here anyway. So it was like, what the heck? Like, so it is dangerous playing them. But what credit in terms of how much would you credit that to the manager, and would you agree with Raheem in terms of that? Do you see them being the one to maybe nail one of the European football places?
Yeah, now that they don't have that guy Thomas Frank holding them back, Brentford are finally reaching the potential. They're finally being let loose, moving up the table. You see what Thomas Frank's doing to Tottenham. He was the anchor holding all. I'm joking about it. Now, obviously, I think you just got to give credit to the owners. I think because obviously they're able to build the infrastructure where even when Brentford lose players, they're still bringing in stars all the time. And give credit to them for appointing Keith Andrews, because I think everyone and their dog probably put Brentford as a shoo-in to get relegated. But I think in Keith Andrews, they're set piece coach. What? And well, clearly they know what they're doing. They knew who they were picking up. So I'm personally would say, yeah, out of that cluster of who could potentially break into that top 5, I think Brentford are one of them. So I know definitely probably Hakeem would say himself, like he's not looking past them when you guys play them this week, right? It's going to be a tricky fixture. So
another cup final.
Yeah, they're doing their thing still. It'll be a difficult game for Arsenal. It'll be an interesting one. It'll be a good watch still.
I know you said every man and a dog, but I did think they will stay up. It's not so much about the manager. I think it's what you alluded to already. When Thomas Frank left and Burma left and Whistle left, the reason why I thought they will still stay up was because of their ownership. Because I felt they ran really well. And I thought like when those kind of clubs like with like the Brentford, the Brighton, when they make decisions, you're not really doubting much of their decision making. Just thinking like they always have some sort of succession plan in place when a player leaves or when a manager leaves. So I didn't put them as my relegation team because it's not so, as I say, not so much about the manager, but it's just the way the club has been run. That's why I didn't think they'll go down, and they definitely did prove me right. Like the last game is Brighton and Palace. Brighton hasn't been in great form of late. They're in the bottom half of the table. I don't think they've won a game in a while. They won in like 6 games or so. Palace, obviously, they haven't been on great form. So those teams haven't been on great form, but obviously it's nice for Palace to get a win. The so-called derby, I don't really call it a derby.
I don't understand that, but yeah.
But yeah, Palace won the game. What's your thoughts on the game? And who do you think Palace push on after this? Obviously, because they started the season really well. And it's not no fault of their own. It's just more Steve Parish and how he's the Parish or what's his name? Steve Parish. How obviously I don't think they planned well during the summer or during the January transfer window. Knowing these players were gone, like were going into the last year of the contract, you got to do better, and you got to obviously put obviously plans in place to cover for all these players that are going to leave. But what do you expect from Palace now going forward? Now that the transfer window is closed and with the players that they brought in.
Yeah, to be fair, I think the game obviously it was great for them to win. It's so got to go, isn't it? I didn't really want to go. I watched the
Yeah.
first half. Actually, it was a boring game, and I feel like these games, like that rivalry, not local, but the rivalry is kind of been a bit boring recently, isn't it? Yeah, so I didn't really see, but like you could always tell that like one goal is gonna win the game. So yeah, good goal by Saar. In terms of going forward, I feel like Steve Parish, he wouldn't have minded so much, and like he always knew Gay's gonna go in it, and yeah, like as in they knew that he's probably most likely gonna go in January, if not domestically, he might have gone abroad. So like as in he was always gonna go, and if like they might have planned to say like as in let's just use them in Europe as much as possible. So I don't think it's like it might not necessarily be a bad plan for them. But like if you look at the window, they still got Strand Larsen in when Mateta was meant to be leaving, and I don't think Strand Larsen's a bad signing for them because he fits the way they want to play. So he will get goals, I reckon. He might find the same kind of form he had last season with Wolves, where he got like 14 goals, which will be enough for Palace this season. So I don't necessarily think it's too bad for them going forward. I don't feel like they're going to pick up a lot of form, but they're definitely not going to be dragged into the relegation fight. I think they'll just be steady, like in and around. Yeah, and I feel like as in the summer, like they're going to get that. They should be selling more players. So yeah, like the squad's got to be fresh, just like it does get. That it does happen to Palace quite a bit. Like they do sell a lot of players. So yeah, like as in you see, maybe let's not judge them now. Judge them what they do with that money, that transfer window, because like this is a transition season for them. If you could say that their manager's leaving, they knew that players were gonna leave, even if like. Gay wouldn't have signed another contract, if you get what I'm saying. So this was a transition season for them. So yeah, like let's see what happens.
I disagree with that. I just think it's poor for
Yeah.
them. I just think it's poor, bro. I honestly think it's poor. You knew Gay. They should have sold Gay 2 years ago for like 70 million.
Yeah, to
And now you're selling
Newcastle.
for 20 million. Like, it's to Newcastle, and then on top of that, you make European football, and you don't think to sign players. Who makes Europe and don't sign players? It doesn't make sense. What is the point? Why get yourself in that position and not sign? You don't make European football and not think to sign, knowing that your players are not going to sign a new contract. They don't want to stay. It's either you sell them or you don't. And I think, and that's why even it's not just me saying it. It's the own managers are saying it.
The manager said
The
it.
manager's saying it. It's what I'm saying. The manager's saying it. It's like, who does that? Who goes into the European football not want to invest? You know what I'm saying? That's not. And then these players are coming to the end of like their contracts. Same thing with Mateta. The reason why they're trying to sign Mateta inside because come summer, he's only got 1 year left. But you knew this going into the season, bro. It's like, where was your head at? It's just been poor for this season. Has been poor for them. Like they're just going to be fortunate enough that they have a good manager and have decent players in there to keep them up in the league. But you've got to do better than that. You're like, if anything, they'll let the fans down. They'll let the team down because Crystal Palace had potential to do. They could have done more. You know what I'm saying? They could have brought more players in. Look at the plan look what Brentford put in place. Brentford weren't hesitant to sell these players. You give us the money, we'll sell them, and once we sell them, we've got someone else to bring in. They already had a plan for the manager and all sorts, bro. Like, but with them, I just thought it was really poor for them. I wouldn't say that. Like, whatever they're going to achieve this season won't be down to them. It'll be down to the manager. If they're going to win Conference League, I think it will be so much down to the manager. I just think that they let the manager down bad. And I think it was just poor. Like I say, it's not just what my view is, it's also what the manager's saying.
Yeah. My other point is like, as in, again, I don't know what the like, it does look poor. I'm not saying it's not poor, but what is their plan, if you get what I'm saying? And like,
they had no plan.
They had no plan. That's the point. They had none.
Because they're not like, as in, it might look like they have no plan. Their plan might always not, because they didn't know where they were in Europe. Like, as in, how much do I invest? They don't want to take a big risk on investing so much.
Said, I understand you don't know if you're going to go Europa League or Conference League.
But they knew they was going Europe.
You're going Europe.
They knew they was going Europe.
Yeah, you're going Europe.
You're not going Europe and not spend money, bro. You go in Europe, you have money there. You're going to Europe to make more money. So you can't say, and on top of that, you sell Eze. That's money.
You sell Gay, you invest.
I said it. They like to sell Eze. They tried to bring up, I'm again like as in, okay. It does.
Yeah, I think it's poor, but I can't really make excuses for them. I think
you're making excuses.
And that's the reason why the manager. Yeah, that's the reason why the manager's leaving. I think it's you're not really gonna. Sometimes when you have a gem of a manager, you have a good manager. You're not always gonna get that. So he's achieved something that no one else has ever done. And if that's a man in your club, if that's a manager you don't want to invest in and put money in, so what is the point then? What's the point?
Seriously, no. Like put it. If he was in his position, like he just done something. You're the manager of a club. I don't know, like Salford FC. Yeah, you just done something that no other manager has done in the history of that club. You want them to show you that they value you, right? That they appreciate you, right? They've done none of that to this man.
Yeah, look,
I'm Team Glasner anyway. So
yeah, no, I'm saying, but like, because then the same could be said about like the opposite could be said about Leicester, for example. Like Palace are a steady Prem team, if you get what I'm saying. Like same could be said about Leicester went to go and invest and went to go and show their manager appreciation. Where are they now? Like as in like that's the only point I'm trying to make. Like yes, if it was my club, I want them to go and spend money, go and invest, go and do this, that, and the other. That doesn't always necessarily.
Leicester stay in the league for a while, but Leicester just didn't go down straight away like that.
Leicester didn't go down straight away.
There was other bad business decision that they were making. It was bad.
It was bad.
So I don't think that Leicester's
over like 5 or 6 years.
Leicester's demise wasn't like overnight. You get what I'm saying? Like we're not asking you to go and spend crazy. We're just saying back your manager, and it's not. Leicester I think it's two different cases. I'm saying Leicester won the league. Of course, they're going Champions League. Of course, they have to spend money. They have to invest. What's the point? Might as well not. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, they won the FA Cup. So Leicester went through a period where they were successful. They went through like 3, 4, 5 years of them being successful. And then a few bad decisions got to them. It is what it is. The Premier League is an unforgiving league. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Under owner dying, and you just don't. I think Leicester's situation is slightly different. There's like the under owner dying, the son taking over. There's a lot of mitigating circumstances to like Leicester's demise. Whereas with this one, not asking you to spend crazy money. You got a gem of the manager there, just invest in him. That's all it is. Like just give him some. Like it's not asking you to go and spend like compete with the rest of like the other league. Look at Nottingham Forest. That you can see their ambition is clear. They're still fighting relegation, but still spending. Still spending. You know what I'm saying? They still spending. Like
the way to.
And that's all. And that's all it is. Like, next time, don't put yourself in a position to like make it clear to the manager as well. Don't tell him I'm going to do this and do that. I'm sure if you make it clear to the manager we're not investing, he won't be complaining. The manager's obviously complaining for a reason, and I support him with that. You can't just do that to a manager. You can't make European football and all of a sudden not back him. It just doesn't make sense. And you know these players, his contract were running out. Like Gay, you could got 70 million 2 seasons ago. Then again in the summer, rather than you bargaining with Liverpool for like 2 million, whatever it is, you could have sold them for 40 million in the 40 million in the summer. You still you held out to the last minute until that is bad planning, bro. Like you could have sold him and Eze got 100 million.
If they sell him for 70 million, they probably don't get they don't win the cup.
Even forget that. Even last season, what about in the summer? They would have sold him for 40 million at the beginning of the season.
This is the first time.
At this rate, what you're talking about, the FA Cup means nothing for the. Forget FA. At this rate, the FA Cup means nothing to them as a board, really, because if they won the FA Cup, if the FA Cup meant so much to you, you would have planned for the future and support the man in the summer then. So you might as well just send him. If all you care about is just finance, then you should have just sold Gay 70 million for 70 million 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
If you really cared about if you really cared about trophies, it meant nothing to them though. In that case, it meant nothing. Then you should have sold them 7 million, and then again in the summer, you could have sold them 35 million to 40 million. Now you're selling them for 20 million.
Yeah. It's one or the other. You can't say.
It's one or the other. Which one is it? You can't have it both.
Yeah.
The thing is, selling for 40 million in the summer, you're not going to find a centre back to play in Europe of that caliber that knows the Premier League already.
Well, they're not going to have him anyway. They don't have him anyway anymore. Bro, selling for 40 million, you still have time to go and buy someone else.
Buy somebody else.
Everyone else is going to buy someone else, bro. You have time, bro. You have time.
Oh,
you can't sell him in the last minute. Expect someone to be.
Have you guys heard of this? Have you guys heard of this centre back called Jeremy Jacquet from France? How much you signing him for?
See what I'm saying? There's bench, bro. You see what I don't want to hear is. No. Okay, one thing I'm not hearing it. One thing there's a lot.
Yeah, Saeed, you're making excuses, bro.
In this generation, there's players everywhere, but you can't find a player with that caliber to play in Europe. Bro, Groupie came from second division of League 2.
Groupie came from League 2.
French League. And come on, man. There's players everywhere, bro. They could have probably bought a centre back for 10 million and from somewhere, and it would have been good enough for Europe. I'm not having that now.
Mascara. How much is mascara?
13 mil.
Bro, see what I'm saying? There's players. Look at mascara for Arsenal, 20 million. There's players everywhere, bro. Just because we don't see every player in the world, don't mean there's not players that are good enough. Like, bro, look at this new player that look at Bournemouth, the Sosa menu, they brought a new that Ryan guy from
Brazil. Ryan, look at he slapped in the goal
today. I know it's 1 or 2 games. He's already he already fitted like in the team like nothing. So it's
he looked like Semenyo. He played, I mean, like the way he ran with the ball and slapped it today, it looked like him.
Yeah, no, they could do better. They could definitely do better. I like it is what it is. I get what the ambition is. They only care about to win the league, but I mean they just want to stay in the league season. But as Akeem alluded to, you can't have it both ways. It's one or the other. Do you want the money? Do you want to? Is there a bit of ambition there? And what's his name? The former owner that has the guy that caused the issue is it John Textor? So he had shares in Sunderland, basically. I mean, in Palace, and he was at Top Sports at the beginning of the season because he was the reason why they couldn't go Europa League because he had Leon Leon, so they couldn't have two teams in Europa League. And he was saying one of these problem with Palace is he came in as an investor during COVID. It's that they're not ambitious enough. And that is his problem with Palace. They're just not ambitious and not willing to and I was talking to Simon Jordan, and that's the truth. They're just not ambitious enough. And if that is the case, then get rid of these players and get some others in. Like these players obviously want to achieve something. Just sell them early. So don't try to make it seem as if we've got plans holding up to these players last minute. You ain't got no plan. You ain't got no plan to win anything.
You ain't got no plan. Yeah, you ain't got no plan to win things. So let me go.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with just surviving in the league. There's nothing wrong, but just be clear. Be clear and give the manager the best platform to in order for him to perform. It's as simple as that. And that's what they haven't. And that's why I blame them. But anyway, we spent too long on this, Saeed.
On Palace, yeah.
I agree.
I like Palace as well. I love them. I've got a little place in my heart, but we talk too much.
Exactly, same. So yeah, I like Palace as well. But no, that's cool. I think we spent way too long on Palace, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I wasn't happy with what Saeed was saying. No, I wasn't having it, bro.
Like, my brother, what are you saying?
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. But I had your view, but I just don't agree.
Yeah.
I just don't agree. I like your view, I don't agree. But yeah, no, thanks, boys. Thanks, people. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification to know whenever we upload. We got midweek football, and then we'll be back next week again. I know we don't have Premier League next week, but we still have something to talk about. So come join us next week, man. All right, boys, have a good week. Yeah.
Cheers. Nice one.
Peace.